The South African Republic, also known as the Transvaal Republic, was a Boer-ruled state that existed in southern Africa during the 19th and early 20th centuries. Here's an overview of its history. Early settlement. The area that would later become the South African Republic was originally inhabited by indigenous African peoples, including the San and Khoikhoi. In the 17th century, Dutch settlers known as Boers began migrating inland from the Cape Colony, establishing farms and communities in the region. Great Trek 1830s-1840s. In the early 19th century, tensions between the Boers and the British colonial authorities in the Cape Colony led to a mass migration known as the Great Trek. Boer settlers, dissatisfied with British rule and seeking land and independence, moved northwards into the interior of southern Africa, establishing independent Boer republics, including the South African Republic, Natalia Republic, and Orange Free State. Establishment of the South African Republic 1885–1856. The South African Republic was officially established in 1852 following the Sand River Convention, a peace treaty between the British Empire and the Voortrekkers, Boer pioneers. The convention recognized the independence of the South African Republic and granted it self-governing status. British annexation and independence 1877–1881. In 1877, the British Empire annexed the South African Republic, along with the neighboring Orange Free State, as part of its expansionist policies in southern Africa. The annexation led to widespread resistance from the Boer population, culminating in the First Anglo-Boer War 1880–1881. The Boers, led by figures such as Paul Kruger and Piet Joubert, successfully defeated the British forces at the Battle of Majuba Hill in 1881, resulting in the restoration of the South African Republic's independence. Paul Kruger and Krugerism. Paul Kruger, a prominent Boer leader, played a central role in the South African Republic's affairs during the late 19th century. Kruger, known as Paul Uncle Paul, served as the president of the South African Republic for multiple terms, and became a symbol of Boer nationalism and resistance to British imperialism. Krugerism, characterized by Afrikaner nationalism, Protestant Calvinism, and opposition to British hegemony, shaped the ideology and politics of the South African Republic. Second Anglo-Boer War 1899–1902. Tensions between the British Empire and the South African Republic escalated in the late 19th century due to disputes over gold mining rights, British expansionism, and Boer nationalism. The Second Anglo-Boer War, also known as the South African War, erupted in 1899, pitting the British Empire against the South African Republic and the Orange Free State. The war, marked by guerrilla tactics, scorched earth policies, and internment camps, resulted in British victory and the annexation of the South African Republic into the British Empire in 1902. Union of South Africa 1910. Following the end of the Second Anglo-Boer War, the British Empire established the Union of South Africa in 1910, uniting the former Boer republics Transvaal and Orange Free State with the British colonies of Cape Colony and Natal. The Union of South Africa became a self-governing dominion within the British Commonwealth, with Louis Botha, a former Boer general, serving as its first Prime Minister. Legacy and Afrikaner nationalism. The South African Republic left a lasting legacy on the history and identity of South Africa. Afrikaner nationalism, rooted in the experiences of the Boer republics and the struggle against British imperialism, played a significant role in shaping South African politics, culture, and society throughout the 20th century. The memory of the South African Republic, symbolized by figures such as Paul Kruger and landmarks such as the Voortrekker Monument, remains an integral part of Afrikaner identity and heritage.